What's up guys, it is THETBALL and I am back with another video. So today we're going to be previewing the Houston Rockets 2018-19 NBA season with my predictions at the end as well. So before I start, if you want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on when my newest video will be coming out. So the Houston Rockets had a very interesting offseason as they lost some key pieces to last season's team, but they also added some solid players as well. Trevor Ariza left to the Suns on a one-year $15 million deal, and Mbah and Moute went back to the Clippers. These guys were two important players for the Rockets last season, as they were able to shoot the three and play and defend multiple positions in the Rockets' switch-heavy defensive scheme. However, Mbah and Moute became less useful to the team after suffering the shoulder injury against the Lakers, as when he returned, he just didn't look the same. But when both of the guys were healthy, they were two key players for the Rockets. However, Houston was able to add some solid pieces to the team, such as James Ennis, Michael Carter-Williams, Anthony Melton, and of course Carmelo Anthony. We'll go over the Rockets' potential starting lineups and rotations, how their new players fit on the team, and my win predictions in this video. I also did previews and predictions for many other NBA teams, and I'll be doing a video for all 30 teams, so be sure to check out those videos, and subscribe and stay tuned for the others. For the Rockets starting lineup, I have Chris Paul, James Harden, PJ Tucker, Carmelo Anthony, and Clint Capella. For the bench, I have Michael Carter-Williams, Eric Gordon, James Ennis, Ryan Anderson, and Isaiah Hartenstein getting the main backup minutes. So there's a lot that could change with the rotations, but we'll get more into that later. The Rockets starting lineup has a lot of offense, and Houston is going to rely on PJ Tucker, picking up even more the defensive slack on the wings, as Melo is a net negative on defense. Anthony is much slower than he used to be, and he always seems to not put much effort on this side of the floor. His 109 defensive rating and negative 1.9 DBPM from last season proves that he's not close to being even an average defender, and he'll have a lot of trouble switching onto quicker forwards and guards at times as well. However, he could be a positive on offense if he buys into D'Antoni's system, unlike what happened when they were on the Knicks together. He needs to play at a fast pace, and I expect to see him go more into a spot-up shooter role, with James Harden and Chris Paul getting a lot of ISO plays where they could drive into the lane and kick it out to him for the open three. If he plays within the system and sees an increase in efficiency playing next to guys like James Harden and Chris Paul, last season's 104 offensive rating and negative 1.9 OBPM will certainly be an outlier in his career. The Rockets bench has some interesting pieces, but it may be different from when the season starts. There have been reports that the Rockets are in discussions in trading Ryan Anderson, along with other assets to either the Hawks for Ken Bazemore or to the Heat for James Johnson. If the Rockets could add one of these two players, they will have a very dangerous piece off their bench that could switch easily on defense. Bazemore would provide more shooting to the Rockets coming off a season where he shot 39.4% from 3 with the Hawks, and Johnson would provide Houston with a big body who can also shoot a bit from 3 and playmake for others at times as well. I think Johnson specifically could be a guy that could make life hard for Durant in the playoffs if the Rockets meet Golden State again, as Johnson is very long, athletic, and physical. We'll see what happens then, but for now, the Rockets have a nice replacement for Mbah, Moute, and Ennis, and the Rockets are hoping he could provide some solid defense and shooting off the bench. Eric Gordon should be great as always, but I'm not sure if Carter-Williams will play well in the Rockets' offense next to him. He can't shoot at all, as we saw throughout his entire career, and the Rockets are likely using him as a lengthy point guard who can switch onto wings at times on defense. The Rockets can't expect anything from him on offense, and if things get really bad like last year when Carter-Williams was with the Hornets, Houston could give Melton his minutes, and I'll get more into him later. I also expect Hartenstein to at least see some minutes early on, as he looked great in the Summer League as a rim protector and a solid finisher at the rim. I'm not sure if Zhou Qi is ready to get minutes yet, as he looked good in the Summer League but is still very raw. I think one more year in the G League would be very helpful for him, and I expect to see him get regular minutes next year if he continues to show some improvement. He has a ton of potential to be an insane rim protector and a solid floor spacer, and we'll see what happens with him soon. For the Rockets' new acquisitions, I already went over Melo and Carter-Williams, so we'll now take a look at James Ennis. James Ennis is a 6'7" wing who could fit in well with the Rockets' defensive scheme of having forwards who could switch easily on D. He's a decent defender and should help fill in the void Mbah and Moute left, though he likely won't be nearly as good as Mbah and Moute was on defense. But Ennis brings more to the table on offense, as he's a solid outside shooter with a career 35.9 3-point percentage, and that should only go up getting open looks from James Harden and Chris Paul. Also, Ennis is a solid driver and finisher at the rim, and this should put even more pressure on opposing teams' rim protection, along with James Harden and Chris Paul's ability to get into the lane. Ennis is a great pickup for the Rockets after losing Trevor, Ariza, and Mbah and Moute, and we'll see how he'll play in a big role off the bench for Houston. With the 46th overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft, the Rockets drafted Anthony Melton, who looked great in the Summer League. He showed that he could shoot the ball a bit after shooting only 28% from 3 in USC, but he does need to be more consistent. Working with the Rockets training staff, I expect Melton to see an increase in efficiency as the season goes on. He also showed a crafty ability to finish at the rim and has a nice floater game, and this should be one of his main weapons on offense. Not to mention he showed a solid passing ability to find others for open shots, and he is also a very good rebounder for a guard. He can do a little bit of everything, and this makes him a very versatile player for the Rockets to have and develop. His defense was very good in the summer league as well, as he held other top lottery guards down, such as Colin Sexton of the Cleveland Cavaliers, to only 5 of 17 shooting from the field. He's a great hustle and energy player, and this should give the Rockets a big boost off the bench if he does in fact play. And I think this may happen if MCW shows that he is not a good fit with the Rockets, and if this occurs, I expect Melton to at least get a shot at a backup role. We'll see what happens, and I think whether or not Melton gets big minutes this year, he'll definitely have a future with the Rockets for many years to come. Overall, I think the Rockets will have a very good season, though it's probably not going to be as good as last year's. It will take time to integrate Melo into the system both on offense and defense, and losing a guy like Trevor Ariza, who has been on the team for 4 seasons, is definitely going to hurt. There will be some growing pains, but once they get it all together, they're going to be a very dangerous team. I expect them to finish with a 57-25 record and be one of the top teams in the NBA. So that's a wrap. Thanks guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on when my newest video will be coming out. Also follow me on Instagram and hit me up if you want to talk about basketball, business, or have any video ideas you want me to do. Let me know, as I do try to get back to all you guys there. Drop a comment down below on which NBA team you want to see a preview and prediction video on next. The comments with the teams that get the most likes will likely get a video done on them first. So once again, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon for my next video. Peace.